Welcome RGC. I just want to do a video on gold mining production. I'm going to start a new series of RGC how-to, and I'm going to go through basically all the production one category at a time. The first video today, we're going to tackle mining, gold mining to be more specific. So right here we started from scratch. I've added 10 million just to make sure I had enough money to get everything taken care of to show you this the tutorial here. So let's get going. First off, there's two places that you can buy wash plants right from the get-go. Up here on field 40 or land 40 up here, farmland. There's a wash plant in 60. If you want to buy the land and then have to buy the wash plant, you can get started there, or you can buy land anywhere and start digging for gold. We are using Terraform, so we can dig for pay dirt basically anywhere on the map. I have these designated areas for you that's designed to kind of role play of how in the Yukon that they clear overburden to get down to pay and mine it. So you could buy these other lands as well and place your wash plant to get going. That's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to buy a land that doesn't have a wash plant. We're going to place it and fill it and place down a washroom and a smelter and see if we can produce some gold and show you how I do it, the best way to do it. Okay, so let's buy this field farmland. Let's just do 33, I guess. Again, I gave myself a lot of extra money so I can do this. Typically you won't have this kind of money to start out with, so you may want to do a different startup with the stream sluice and with the other smelter that's a lot cheaper, with buying land that's a lot smaller. That would be another tutorial. I'll go over the stream sluice and yeah, how that works. Basically my gold mining by hand, right? So yeah, I bought that land. We're gonna run up here. I know this takes a little bit of time. I'm gonna try to get this video over in less than 30 minutes, like 20 minutes is my goal. So we're gonna kind of breeze through this once we get up here. So first thing I'm gonna do is place the wash plant. Do a little bit of landscaping to kind of piece it in there the best I can. And then I'm gonna place both the washroom and the smelter right off the bat. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place a store right here as well, so I have the store where all the equipment's going to be purchased right there. Alright, so I'm going to hit Shift P. That's going to bring up this construction menu and kind of get over to where I want to go. What am I doing here? I'm going to turn it around. So I was going the right way. Alright, so this already has like a little inlet where it kind of gives you an idea of where to place it. So let's just kind of use that. Like so. Pretty good. I'm not going to do a whole lot of landscaping. I don't think I need to. So wash plant is placed, and when you place it, you already own it. You just need to activate it. Okay, so now we're going to place our gold washroom right nearby. So it's quick, easy access to it. If we're going to move the concentrate by hand, it's best to have it pretty close. And our smelter, same thing. We like to put these right close together. This is just my preference. You guys can do what you want. So there we go. We got the gold wash plant. We got the washroom and a smelter. That's basically all the three things that you'll need to produce the gold bars. Alright. So now let's just teleport over. We're going to activate all of these buildings. So to do so, we can come in here and activate it by hitting R, open up production menu. I do have production revamp in my mods folder, so this gives you that menu to do that. Normally if you don't have revamp, it just brings you right in. Revamp is a must have, I'd say, for productions. It makes things a lot easier. A lot more you can do with it. Alright, so we're going to do the wash plant, we're going to activate it. We're going to activate all these here. What I like to do is, for my wash plant, the tailings are not necessarily a important thing. You can just have it stored if you like. I like to change the output to sell it, so at every hour it just gets rid of tailings for you. If you want to reenact it more realistically, set it to store, because you need to move those before it gets to max 200,000 liters or it'll stop your production. So I set it to selling. It's kind of a cheaper way to do it. You get a little bit of money off it. Right now when you're first starting out, don't necessarily need the extra tailings. Eventually you can set that to distribute, and it will automatically distribute to other factories that use tailings for other production. Concentrate, same thing. You can set this up whatever output you want. You can do distributing, so it goes right into the washroom, or you can move it yourself. So we're just going to store things. This is a more realistic way to do it, and show you how that works. So that's activated. Gold washroom is activated. Gold smelter is activated. Alright, so now we gotta buy. So that's allowed. Now we gotta buy the equipment. So I'm just gonna go into RGC mining. This is our OFS miners equipment that I've done some edits to for the Yukon. Changed capacities, a little bit of performance things I've done, I guess. Pedal handling with the trucks and stuff like that. So we're gonna go with the 950. Yes, it's expensive, but I like the 950 for this tutorial here. And we're gonna grab the truck. That's basically all we're gonna need. Well, I have this as well, which I could set that somewhere else, but we'll just load it in down here. See the delivery cost, 83,000. So we have edited the store deliveries to basically charge you 10% of the cost. Makes you think about it, basically, if you're gonna buy things. This is gonna be a little bit of a tutorial of using Terraform too, because Yukon version 5 basically will be Terraform only. As you can see, this clear cut here is, there's no material, you need to dig it out of the ground. So in the F1 menu, there are the controls up top. It kind of tells you how to basically start with terraforming. First thing I like to do is open up the interface by hitting I. This right here, you can turn the debug mode off and get rid of those nodes buttons there. The node buttons are good to tell what mode you're in, basically, if it's Terraform's on or off. It doesn't bother me that much. Typically I do turn them off while I'm streaming, but for my personal use I just leave them on. Alright, don't need to change many of these settings, I leave them all off. You can read through them if you like and see what they do, and turn them on or off based on what you want for preferences there. Material type, we're going to change this to pay dirt. The Terraform that's built into RGC mods will only allow you to basically dig the materials that are meant to be dug out of the ground. So keep that in mind, that you cannot dig carrots straight out of the ground, so you can't really cheat it. Paint radius, keep this at 100. I like to change this to dark dirt or dirt dark. Makes it look like you're breaking the ground up a little bit better. There's a little bit more realism for the dirt dark. Strength for terraforming, I set the strength pretty high myself personally in the settings of the Terraform. So basically at 200% it's like super strong. I turned down to 20% to give it more realistic digging. You can mess with that setting as you like. I always keep radius at 100, discharge 100, everything else I keep at 100. Okay, so that's all you need to do there. Just hit back. Now you're basically ready. The Y key is going to change your digging style. So right now it's set to material. I just hit the Y to change it to lower. So you look up in the upper right, you see Terraform lower. That's what we want. And you discharge, you want to be material. So basically you're discharging out of the bucket material that you chose to dig, which is pay dirt. You can do with this bucket, you can also flatten and smooth if you like to also, but we want to be on lower. And we'll leave the discharge at material, and we're going to hit the circle key, which basically enables terraform. So now we are live with terraforming. As soon as we dig into the ground, it's going to start digging. Just like that. You see that speed at 20%, how it looks pretty darn realistic. I like that. So 20% gives you that nice realistic feel, or you can crank it up and dig a lot faster if you like. Also, with this bucket, you can hit X and it removes a collision. That will also make it so you don't bounce around while digging. Kind of gives a nice, smooth dig to it, as realistic as we can get it. This game is not designed to do this, so it's cool that we can do it anyway, you know. So I'm not going to get into too much detail of how all this works, but I just wanted to show you the basics of getting going with terraforming. You'll load up one truck here and deliver it, and then I'm going to use the revamped to load all the rest of it in. I'll show you that in a second. So for realism, I drive the truck up and I dump it next to the hopper. In the Yukon, what they do is they stockpile pay dirt, and they have a wash plant operator that basically keeps the wash plant flowing with material. So they're going to be here making sure it's not getting clogged and grabbing this material and filling it. You always want to have material running through it when it's on in real life. You don't want it to run dry where gold can get washed down. You kind of always want to have material running, but you don't want to have too much where it clogs things up. So just gonna grab this bad boy. Either they will have a wheel loader or an excavator located at the wash plant. I like to use a wheel loader because most of them do, but the excavators are a lot more fun. You can build like a little deck that's a little bit higher up, so you can kind of sit up above where you dump it in and just dig it out with an excavator. That's probably my favorite way, but the easiest, quickest way, just because of capacities, the wheel loader works. It's probably an argument there. Excavators, I think, if you do it right, you probably can actually do it a lot faster, to be honest with you. Using a 950, it holds 30,000 liters. So yeah, we're just gonna load this up just to show you how I do it and the process of how I do it. You can do what you like. You can build your ramps and dump directly in. I'd say that's a cheap, non-realistic way to do it, but that's how you feel. That's fine. I may make a joke about it if I see it, but don't take it personal. I've been using conveyors lately, setting conveyor systems up. It's a slow loading feeding process. It doesn't bother me to use conveyors. I just dump the material in front of the conveyor and it ships it up to the wash plant from my cut. So I'll be working down in the cut down there, digging up materials and just loading it in the conveyors, and the conveyors are bringing it up into the wash plant. That's how I do it. So my single player. Alright, so we have 100,000 in here. It should be slowly chewing this up. It's not. Oh, I need diesel. Saving content. I should turn that off when I do my tutorials, but I don't. For diesel, what I like to do is go into the construction menu. I have a container, RGC, choose containers. I have a nice large petrol tank that I can set up nearby that can run all this. I place that, and that is basically a storage that you can buy using the settings there. So you click in there, you buy the diesel, then you bring your trailer up. to it to buy it to fill it. I'm gonna just show you what trailer that you need to use. I wouldn't say need to, but the preference that I have for you to use. I have not had issues. Other people have had issues where the trigger is not loading, but this in-game fuel trailer works. I modded it to dump a lot faster and hold a lot more. So yeah, just buy this bad boy and you'll be all set. You'll be able to load it here and fill up your generators. Alrighty, so let's open up this. We are gonna buy this. Don't do this in game. Fill it up the right way, but just for the tutorial reasons, we're gonna buy that. We're gonna produce some tailings, some concentrate. That's gonna store it for us. Pretty simple stuff. Now in the washroom, basically just gonna buy this concentrate for you, just so you can see it working. But transport it over once you get up to, I think it's 5,000 liters of pallet. I'm not sure if I'll have enough to produce a pallet. So we've already gone through all that pay. So we're gonna up the pay a little bit more here. Probably not gonna be enough there either. Oh, that's right, doesn't really matter. Because I can spawn basically any amount that I want. You don't have to wait towards the max pallet that's going to spawn. You can spawn one at 2,000. So if you wait to 5,000 and spawn one, or just do it at any time you want. So let's just show you. We're going to spawn one. I thought, yeah, okay. Alright. Now what you need to do, once you spawn this, or you can set up to distribute and it automatically will go over without doing anything, is run it over here to this trigger, hold it over it, don't set it down, hold it above this trigger, and it will take in your concentrate. Okay? Good stuff. So all we do is load and concentrate there to produce our gold. Now we're gonna click on this. This is our concentrate. Diesel's already flowing pretty good. We got 3,000 gold going. Let's spawn out a couple of these here. So now our gold jars. So we produce concentrate that was in the bucket, high concentrated gold that we cleaned out of our sluices. We bring it over to our wash room. We wash it up. Now we got some clean gold flakes, which now we want to smelt it, right? Same deal, bring it over to your smelter, set it over here in front of this trigger. It's gonna take it and start producing gold bars. Alright, so now we have enough for a gold bar. We can spawn it out, right? It's very simple stuff. Either we can, with a revamp, we can spawn it manually. You can do 2 bars if you like. One's not going to be a complete bar, right? 823 liters in the second one. That's fine. This is just for the tutorial, so we got 2 bars. Cool deal. Now what are we gonna do? We gotta bring these gold bars to the bank, right? So I have a special pallet that you can buy in the pallets of RGC. It's an actual safe that will take the gold jars, the gold bars, or money, the money bags. Money bags are produced from a production of the strip club, so that'll be another tutorial. Alright, safe, nice little container here to lock these gold bars up in. All you gotta do is pick it up, place it on top of your safe, and in it goes. Now we have 1,823 gold bars in this pallet but it's actual safe. We can put our safe somewhere in our washroom. I think this is a good spot for it. There we go. It's a pretty big safe, a little bigger than I thought. It doesn't really matter. I'm just doing this for fun. Yeah, that's basically it for the gold production. Kind of went through it pretty quickly. I showed you basics on terraforming, how to dig up the ground with the Yukon version 5. The wash plant produces a concentrate in the tailings. The tailings are set to 100,000, 200,000 liters now. So keep an eye on those, so you're not going to overproduce too many tailings. Clean them up if you get full. Your pay dirt is 120,000 liters, so you may reach your max on that. Just keep in mind it goes pretty quick, so you don't need to wait very long to put more material in. You can spawn out your concentrate buckets, or you can distribute into your washroom. Your washroom takes a concentrate and turns it into gold flakes or gold that is in a jar that's clean, right? Clean gold. Then you take your clean gold jars and bring it into your smelter and smelt it to gold bars, which then you can distribute, put into the safe and then transport to the RGC bank. The RGC bank is located in the town. So right here, once this stops here in the town, RGC bank. Drop it off there. There is a RGC bank that you can set up yourself with the selling stations here. So you can, if you want, have your own bank right next to your wash plant. Keep in mind this is only 100,000, but hopefully if I did it right and I updated it, the RGC bank is going to be a lot more, a lot less. Basically, you take a big cut for convenience, right? It would be worth your while to ship it. So let's mark it. Tag. So that's $2,000 more to go way over to the town. See, I mean, that's a lot of money considering. I'm not sure if it is to you, if it's more convenient just to place it right now and then bring you over your gold and sell it at your own work area, but that's up to you. Remember, you need diesel to run the washroom and the wash plant. So place down your diesel tank there, and the in-game diesel trailer that I've modded in the farming section here works best. I believe smaller, holds 30,000 liters. So that's all you need. You can literally run this thing. This mill's off like 5,000 liters for forever. I may be changing this, balancing a little bit more here in the future, so keep an eye out for that. That it may take up more diesel to run. I think that's probably a good bet that will happen. But thank you. This is tutorial number 1, RGC gold mining. We'll probably come back with doing a more hands-on with the sluicing. So yeah, thank you, and see you next time.